Have you ever wondered why the more you care, the more they pull away? At the beginning, they text you all the time. They care about every little thing. They make you feel like you truly matter. But then, something starts to change. You text first, they reply slower. You care more, they become more distant. You try to hold on to the relationship, and they slowly start to disappear. And the worst part is, you don't even know what you did wrong. You tried to care more, be more understanding, become a better person for them. But the more you did that, the more you lost them. The truth that no one tells you is this. In relationships, loving someone more doesn't mean they will love you more. Sometimes, the more you care, the less they feel. And if you don't understand this, you will repeat the same mistake again and again, with one person, then another. In this video, you'll understand why caring too much makes them lose interest, why good people are often left behind, and most importantly, how to keep their interest without losing yourself. Because once you understand this, you'll realize something powerful. The problem is not that you're not enough. It's that you're loving in a way that slowly makes them lose respect. And that is where everything starts to fall apart. If you've ever loved deeply but still got left behind, tried to hold on to someone but couldn't, or felt like you're always the one who cares more, then this video is for you. Now, let's start with the first thing most people never realize. And the most dangerous mistake of all. The biggest mistake most people make in love is this. They believe that the more they give, the more they will be loved in return. It sounds right. It sounds beautiful. It's what we've always been taught. But in reality, love doesn't work that way. Because when you start caring too much, you're not just giving. You're sending a signal. A very clear signal. That you don't even realize. That signal is, I need you more than you need me. And in any relationship, when that balance is broken, everything begins to change. The other person, they're not trying to become cold. They're not trying to lose feelings. But deep down, they start to feel, you're too predictable. You're always there. And they no longer need to try. And when they no longer need to try, the feeling slowly fades. The more you text first, the less they initiate. The more you care, the less they appreciate it. Not because you're not good enough, but because you're doing too much, without boundaries. And this creates a painful paradox. The one who cares the most loses value first. Because people don't value what is always available. They value what they can lose. And when you're always there, always available, always accepting everything, in their eyes, you are no longer something they can lose. You become something they take for granted. And when someone becomes taken for granted, they are no longer pursued. They are simply used. That's why some people are kind, are caring, are genuine, but still end up being left behind, being taken lightly, or being replaced. Not because they're not worthy, but because the way they love makes others stop valuing them. And if you don't understand this, you will keep giving more, trying harder, and hurting more. But the problem is not that you love too much. The problem is, you don't know how to maintain your value while loving someone. And that is what very few people truly understand. And in the next part, you'll discover something even more important. Why the more you try to hold on to someone, the faster you lose them. There is something that many people have experienced, but never truly understand. The more you try to hold on to someone, the faster you lose them. When you start to feel that they are slowly pulling away, what do? You text more. You care more. You try to explain yourself. You try to prove that you truly care about this relationship. You think that if you just try a little harder, they will come back the way they were before. But what actually happens is they pull away even more. And that hurts. So you try even harder. A cycle begins. You become more afraid of losing them. Try harder to keep them. Do more and more. And they feel more pressure. Start to withdraw. Lose their feelings. This is not a coincidence. This is a pattern. The moment you start chasing someone, you place them above you. And when someone feels like they are above you, they no longer feel the need to try. Love cannot survive when one person is chasing, and the other is simply receiving. You think you're showing love, but in their eyes, you're slowly losing your value. Because attraction does not come from how much you give. It comes from this: whether you can maintain yourself or not. A person with real value is not the one who loves more. It's the one who knows when to stop, knows when to stay silent, and knows when to walk away. But most people can't do that. They think, if I stop, I'll lose them. But the truth is, it's because you don't stop that you lose them. And that's why some people try harder, hold on tighter, sacrifice more, only to be left faster. Not because they don't love enough, but because the way they love makes the other person stop choosing them. And if you don't change this, you will keep repeating the same story. You love deeply, but you're always the one left behind. But everything starts to change when you understand one simple, yet powerful truth. And it's something very few people are willing to do in love. In the next part, you'll understand why staying silent at the right moment makes people pay attention to you again. There is something that may sound counterintuitive, but it's true. Sometimes, staying silent at the right moment makes people start paying attention to you. When you stop texting first, when you stop explaining yourself, when you stop chasing, a space begins to form. And that space makes them start to feel something. Your absence. Before, you were always there, always texting, always caring, always initiating. So they didn't have to think. They didn't have to wonder. They didn't have to miss you. But the moment you stop, everything changes. They start asking themselves, why didn't they text today? Is something wrong? What are they doing? And for the first time, you enter their thoughts. Not because you did more, but because you stopped doing too much. This is what most people don't understand. They think they need to say more, explain more, try harder. But in reality, attraction often grows in silence. Because silence is not weakness. Silence is when you no longer need to prove yourself, no longer need to chase, no longer need to beg for attention. And that creates a different kind of presence. The presence of someone who is not dependent, not desperate, and not losing themselves. But understand this carefully. Silence is not a tactic. If you stay silent just to make him come back, then you're still being controlled by them. Real silence is when you choose yourself again. When you Stop accepting what you don't deserve. Stop chasing what isn't clear. And stop trading your value just to keep someone. Then, you don't need to try to be attractive anymore. Because your value speaks for itself. And that's when everything starts to change. Maybe they come back. Maybe they notice you again. But the most important thing is not them. It's this. You are no longer the same person. And in the final part, you'll understand the most important thing of all. How to love someone without losing yourself. In the end, there is something you need to understand. If you don't want to keep getting hurt in love, you cannot keep someone by losing yourself. You cannot make someone love you by constantly chasing them. And you cannot build a healthy relationship just by being the one who tries harder. Because love is not a place where you prove your value. Love is a place where your value is recognized. If you have to explain too much, try too hard, tolerate too much, then that is not love. That is imbalance. And in an imbalanced relationship, the one who cares more is the one who loses more. But that doesn't mean you have to become cold. It doesn't mean you have to stop caring. It means you need to learn how to love without losing yourself. To love and still have boundaries. To love without trading your value. To love without forgetting that you also deserve to be chosen. Because the right person will never make you doubt yourself, overcompensate, or feel like you're not enough. They won't need you to chase them. They will choose you. And the most important thing is not how to keep someone in your life. It's this. Become someone people are afraid to lose. When you have value, boundaries, and emotional control, you don't need to hold on to anyone. The right person will stay, and the wrong one, leaving is part of the process. Because sometimes, losing someone is not a loss. It's how you find yourself again. If this message resonated with you, take a moment and reflect on how you've been loving. And if you want to understand yourself, your emotions, and your relationships on a deeper level, consider subscribing. Because sometimes, the biggest change in your life starts with one realization like this.